Hey guys, my name is Chris Ranker and I'm Lachlan's older uncle. And I just want to talk to you guys and take a minute and talk about airplanes. The coolest thing you could possibly do is fly, right? So I'll talk about a few things about how to become a pilot, what it takes to become a pilot, how airplanes fly, magic. Now there's actually a science behind it that's pretty fascinating. So here I am talking to you from my little workshop hangar where over here I have an airplane called an RV-4 and I'm a pilot for United Airlines. So when you guys go on vacations and go places, I may be the guy up front flying you and your family around. So first of all, let's talk about, how do airplanes fly? Is it magic? Is there something more involved? Well, let's take a look. This is a little airplane. This is called a CRJ. And so what happens is we got these wings, right? They move through the air. They generate a force called lift. So what's that? How does that work? So as airflow over the top of the wing has a camber, so it has a longer distance to travel than the bottom, it speeds up. And what happens when it speeds up? The pressure drops. So now you have higher pressure on the bottom, lower pressure on the top, and voila, you're flying. So what makes the plane go forward? Gotta have something. That's called thrust. Have you ever blown up a balloon and let it go and it's all over the place? That's a little very smart man, Isaac Newton, his third law: every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So as that air is blowing through that balloon, the reaction is that balloon going all over the place. Same thing with an airplane, same thing whether it's a propeller or a jet, same concept. So what opposes lift? Why can't everything fly? Can we just jump up in the air and fly? Unfortunately, we have gravity. It sticks us to the ground. If I take this bottle and drop it, the force of gravity is going to pull it down. So lift opposes gravity. So with that force, we're able to get that upward motion so we can fly. So why can't we just go 1,000,000 miles an hour through the sky? Well, we have drag. Drag is what's holding us back. Have you ever stuck your hand out a car window and it just goes back with all that wind force? That's drag. So that limits us from going as fast as we could go. So with those four forces, we're able to sustain this airplane in the sky. Very cool. So there's different ways that we can become a pilot, whether you want to fly for the military, you can fly fighter jets, you can fly commercial airliners, you could just fly for fun, you can fly firefighter, air tactical pilots. You could drop down and drop the fire retardant over the fires. Many different options. So let's say if you wanted to fly military, fighter pilot, cargo pilot, many different options there. You go ahead when you're 18, the best thing to do is always, you want to go to college, get an education, and from there, they'll teach you how to fly, and whatever aircraft they design you, they'll assign you an aircraft, and from there they'll teach you everything from the systems of how to operate all the switches and all that stuff. And then from there, if you wanted to go in the airline route, you can do that as well. The other route, civilian, is something different from the military, and every pilot has to accumulate so many hours and experience and different licenses and ratings, from your private pilot all the way to your commercial airline transport pilot. And then to build hours, you can teach people. How cool is that? You can be like a teacher and take people flying and show them cool stuff. So there's no right or wrong. Whatever option that you choose is amazing, as long as you're building those hours and you're flying airplanes and you're doing the coolest thing that you could possibly do. So what I do is I'm a captain on the Boeing 737 for United Airlines, and so I go to work and they'll tell me where I'm flying to that day, whether it's LA, Disneyland, New York, Seattle, and I meet with my first officer who's a co-pilot, and we talk about the flight and the weather and what we're gonna do. And then we get up and we say hi to all the passengers, and we get the plane ready, and we check everything from all the instruments, the avionics. And you can even see this cool little poster I have. You can see all the switches and gauges and instruments, and this tells us our attitude indicator, how fast we're going, our airspeed, altitude, moving map. These are the thrust levers that go up and down to make the airplane go fast and slow. So all kinds of different gauges and panels that essentially make the airplane fly. So, and then we go to the hotel, and then they'll tell us the next day where we're going, and then we'll do the same thing, and it's very exciting. So, and we get to bring families together and have people go on vacations, and bringing people together. It's not a cooler job that you can ask for. When I go to work, I wear a uniform, or I'll have a tie and a shirt, and you see we have the stripes and the hat and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. Now, to show you an example of a real airplane, this RV4, like I was telling you about, if you look at the wing, you can see the upper surface and the lower surface, how it has a curved edge to create that lift. You have, this is called an aileron. It makes the airplane bank and turn. And back here you have an elevator. This makes the airplane go up and down. And a rudder, which makes the airplane yaw left and right. And on top of that, you can go upside down, which is the coolest thing to do. Can't really do that in the airline world because some people get sick. Now, if you guys want to see the inside, this is a control stick I was saying. This controls pitch, up, down with the elevator, left, right with the ailerons. And then the throttle, which makes me go fast and slow. And there's even a, don't want to lose the phone, a back seat, and then an instrument display that's booting up. That tells us the same thing: airspeed, altitude, our engine instruments, moving map, and I could put in a GPS if I want to come straight to Phoenix to visit you guys. So a lot of exciting stuff. Coolest job you can have. I hope to see you guys in the skies. Thanks for taking the time and listening. Talk to you later. Bye.